All right, well, Jammu and Kashmir's Ramban District has been hit by torrential rains, flash floods and landslides following a cloudburst that has caused widespread disruption and destruction. Several shops and houses have been destroyed, while the National Highway 44 that connects Jammu and Kashmir to the rest of the country remains completely blocked for a second consecutive day, bringing traffic to a complete standstill. Rescue and relief operations are underway by the NDRF and the Indian Army following the natural disaster that has left at least 3 people dead. All right, at this point in time, Major General J.K. Bansal, former member of the NDMA, is joining us on the broadcast to talk more about this. Sir, appreciate you being here with us. Well, you know, this is not an easy problem to deal with. You know, cutting off the entire part of Jammu and Kashmir to the rest of the country is a huge concern, not only from a commerce point of view, sir, but from a security point of view as well.
Good evening, Vineet. Very good question you have raised. Yes, definitely for the security point of view, it is important because the movement of anything, if such thing happens in the forward area, definitely. But yesterday on your channel only, I advised that border road organization, which is very competent, they are very expert and they have got all the infrastructures, equipment for such kind of event. I don't know whether they have been involved in this or not, because I was just reading the reports. So far, there has been not such any news. So far, the only NDRF, SDRF, they are involved. NDRF is quite, when I was in NDMA, we trained them very well. But you know, in the hilly area, this is a typical terrain and the boulders are very heavy. For that, the border road organization and engineer regiments of army will be much more effective. So that is very, very important. Now, I would like to bring one thing more here, that of course this flood is there. There had been death of about 3 people and 100 has been rescued. You know, in Jammu and Kashmir, in recent past, there have been many floods. In 2012, it was there. In September 2014 was the very big flood in which there was 300 deaths were there and 2 million people were affected and many people were missing. At that time, the state government machinery was totally collapsed. At that time also, Mr. Amar Abdullah was chief minister, and he did not have his office. There was no communication, no firefighting, no hospital. This was the thing. With that, on that disaster, there was a report by the National Institute of Disaster Management, and they suggested some points which has not been taken into consideration, which is very, very important, that there is a disaster risk reduction on the basis of community-based development. There is a development is very haphazard. The people are just close to the bank of river. There's a flood hit area constructing, and there's no planned development is there, which is very, very important. That yes, it has to be taken into consideration to prevent. Because for any disaster, what we call the prevention is better than cure. And disaster management, one thing is very, very important, that the disaster risk reduction has to be done, that preventive measures are more important and they have to be taken into consideration. But one is not taking any lesson. In 2020 also, the July 2020, during the Amarnath Yatra, there was a flood. In 2023 there was a flood. In the hilly area in Uttarakhand, 2013, there was a flood was there, these kind of floods. And these are the flash flood or cloud burst, which does not give any time for the rescue work. So beforehand, the prevention and all disaster risk reduction and management and preparedness is very, very important to avoid such a situation. Back to you, Vineet.